This is Super 1, the British Karting Championships, Round 9.
Fever pitch on the horizon here in Junior X30. Angus Fender, the English star, starts on pole. He needs second place to win the championship, but his main rival in the championship, as you'll see, is outside the top 10. Fender and Cook on the front row from Ross and Westover, Taylor and Westworth, Pitt and White, Nippers and Harvey rounding out the top 10. There is Gordon Much in P15, sharing the 8th row with Reggie Dewey, just behind Clark and Greetham. Now, this battle between these two has gone on all season long, and it's going to reach ahead here at PF International. Here we go, and immediately Fender's gone into the lead as he gets in front of Evan Cook, and he's already pulled out a gap. He needs second place to win. He doesn't want second, he wants first.
Wow, look at that for a start. That is the start dreams are made of. In his dreams last night, he will never have envisaged a scenario. That's Teddy Pritchard-Williams. He's off the circuit coming onto Lichfield Bridge. That's the lead he has currently. Gordon Much is amongst the melee, but in his wildest dreams he wouldn't have foreseen this on lap 1 when he needs second place for the title. It looks like it's all over bar the shouting, surely.
Absolutely amazing. And we did think coming into this one, this battle that they've been on, Fender and Much, all season long, we wondered coming in, is this going to be Culloden or is this going to be Bannockburn? Which of them is going to end up in front? And it looks as though this time it's going to be Culloden, the English star, Angus Fender. Look at the lead.
That is massive. That is massive in one lap. I've never seen a lead like that in one lap, to be honest.
Well, not unless it's wet.
For me.
Not unless it's wet anyway. I mean, this is an amazing charge. Evan Cook now running in second position, leading what effectively, if you count out Fender, is the race lead. And it's absolutely amazing in this first couple of laps. He's being chased down by Louis Westover as they come onto the back straight. Gordon Much trying to work his way through. And now Ethan Rees is gone. There he goes, the 14. The Coles Racing driver has had enough at the same place, the Lichfield Bridge, on the same part of the circuit, and now Evan Cook has lost that second place to Westover, and right behind them comes Ethan Pitt for company. A good battle further back as very nearly there Tom Nippers going off the circuit as they manage to nick their way through the chicane. Angus Fender's gone off into a different country.
And it looks like Gordon Much there is in 10th place, just going underneath the drone through Bobby Game Corner, through the Mike Wilson complex. He's got a gaggle of carts in front of him. Basically what he has to do, and it doesn't look like he's even going to catch Angus Fender now. He's got to catch Fender. If he caught Fender and got the lead, and Fender was in second place, and there was 30 metres between Fender and the man in third place, Gordon Much would basically have to back him up into the carts behind because he cannot allow Fender to come second. There is Gordon Much just going through the shot blue suit. But, well, to catch him, that is a huge lead at this stage of the race. It's incredible.
Yeah, he's going to need a Thor-like thunderbolt, isn't he, to strike him at this point. It's going to be amazing. There's the gap between Fender and Westover. It's over 2 seconds on the... Unbelievable. I just can't believe he's managed to get away that quickly. We know Fender's good. We know he's brilliant. But we didn't think he was meteoric. Absolutely incredible. And he's going for this championship by running away and hiding. And this is a similar scenario for Gordon Much, as Abby Pulling was in earlier. He's got to drop this score. This is his worst weekend of the season. He can't help that. He's had all sorts of technical difficulties. So now he's got to rely on a problem for Fender. And that problem is nowhere to be seen right now.
8th place there for Gordon Much. There he is on the 61. So he's through to 8th place, but that's nowhere near good enough. He basically needs Fender down in third, and Fender's miles out front.
Well, in front of him at the moment is Evan Cook. So Cook has slipped all the way down to 7th position. So clearly he's been on the raw end of the battles. Westover still running in second position with Ethan Pitt right behind him. So a great little scrap. And that is Much going for 7th. He makes the move on Evan Cook. So Gordon Much moving up into 7th position. He's doing everything he can. Cook's trying to come back at him. Much is not going to lose this place if he can help it. He needs to try and get on terms with Fender. The only way to do this really now, as you say, Alan, is to catch him, pass him, back him into the field, because he can't even afford to take him out because he could get excluded from the meeting altogether.
Yeah, he can't afford anything like that, and Gordon's not that type of driver, to be honest. He won't do that. But will he back him up into the carts behind? You can be absolutely certain if he had the lead. But look what he's got to do to get the lead, though. That lead is coming down. It was 2:08, then 2 seconds, 1.96. So it's coming down very slowly as Gordon Mutch goes up the inside for another spot. Has he got it? Onto the bridge. Yes, he has.
Yeah, he's passed another Angus to do that, Angus Mulsdale, so he gets that one done, and Evan Cook looks like he wants to follow the move. So the AIM driver is under some pressure now, Angus Mulsdale. Up the inside, good battle going on just ahead of this lot. That is the tussle between Oliver Clark and who is that that's with him at the moment? That's the 23, so that is Ethan Pitt. So a good move there from Oliver Clark. Don't forget, he is the reigning, well, I say reigning Honda Cadet champion. He's just lost that title to Harry Thompson. But what an end to the season he's having here, right in the mix.
Yeah, started P13, he's up to 4th place. You can see, look at that lead. That lead is coming down. That's the leader. And that's Gordon Mutch there. So we picked out the 2 main championship protagonists for you, 1st and 6th. But this lead is being cut down, Joe. This could get very interesting.
It could. Well, has Fender, I wonder, has Fender pushed the kart too hard, too fast? Has he worn it out a little bit here? And a little bit of a slide there as up the inside temporarily goes Shane White, but he's going to lose that 2nd place all the way back down to 3rd. I was going to say 4th, but it is 3rd. Clark couldn't quite repeat the move, but Westover gets that 2nd place back. Here he comes, though, up the inside. That's a great move.
Manna from heaven for the race leader. That's exactly what he needs at this stage. Yes, boys, you keep battling for that 2nd spot because I don't want you up my chuff. I want to get away. You keep battling. They are closer than they were earlier on, but that, as you can see there, that's physically actually cost them a good 5 or 6 kart lengths. They're 5 or 6 kart lengths further back than they were. So they've got to work together if they're going to catch the leader.
Well, Clark is back through into 3rd position now, so he has managed to get past White. But now, this is going to be an interesting scenario. Can Clark push Westover to close down on Fender? And let's be honest here, if anybody in that move can, as Gordon Mutch gets up another place, if anybody's going to push Westover forward to close up, as Evan Cook makes the same move on Shane White, a disappointment for White as he tumbles down. I will get my words out eventually. If Clark is able, if there's anybody who's going to push Westover towards Fender and close in on the lead, it's Oliver Clark.
Yeah, it will be. Oliver Clark, Super 1 champion 2015 in Honda Cadet. He's had a good season here in X30, not done every round.
Look at the gap, it's disappearing.
It is, it's coming down, and you have to think, if 2 or 3 of them get right behind him, don't forget, there's only a couple of them got to pass him. 2 karts have to pass the race leader here to push him down into 2nd place in the championship and give Gordon Mutch there the championship lead. He wins it if Fender ends up outside the top 2.
Maybe it's not going to be Culloden. Maybe it's going to be Bannockburn after all, because Fender is suddenly in a problem here. Clark and Westover are charging hard, and Mutch has got up into 4th position past Ethan Pitt, and you can bet he's going to push these 2 further forward. He's not going to want to overtake Clark or Westover. He's going to want to get onto the tail of them, push them further forward, and start pushing them into Fender.
This is Gordon Mutch's race now, and I tell you what, the man in 4th place there, Gordon Mutch on the 61, just going through the shot in the blue suit. He knows that this race is now in his hands because the race leader has now got no lead whatsoever.
I don't believe it. The gap has just gone. The gap has disintegrated. He was leading by over 2 seconds in the early stages, and the gap has vanished.
Fender is in trouble. The race leader's in trouble. He's got the championship in his pocket as things stand, but he's in trouble. If 2 of the karts behind him get past him, and one of those karts in 4th place is Gordon Mutch, Mutch will just want to push the karts in front of him, in front of Fender, and that gives Gordon Mutch the title.
Wow, I don't believe it's come down to this. And here comes Westover. Westover goes for Fender. Westover's through. So 2nd is the minimum that Fender can be at. But look who's behind him. Clark and Mutch, and Clark goes for it. Clark goes up the inside, and he's through. The championship is now going to go to Mutch, and Mutch goes through as well. Mutch passes Fender. It's going to be Mutch who wins the championship. That's how quickly it's changed.
Now, interesting. If Gordon Mutch here is thinking clearly, he will back up Angus Fender into the karts behind him now. There's no benefit to Gordon Mutch finishing necessarily in front of Angus Fender. He wins the championship if Fender finishes 3rd. So all he needs to do is allow the karts in front of him to get away.
Yeah, hold him up.
All he needs to do here is to just back Fender up into the car behind, just slow him down and allow Oliver Clark and the race leader here to get away.
Yeah, do you know what, Louis? You can have the win. Oliver, you can chase him down. As long as I keep this boy behind me, I am the champion. This is going to be Bannockburn after all.
He's not thinking about it. He has not thought about this scenario. He probably thought, coming into this 15th place, I'm going to need other drivers to do me a favour. He's probably not realised, you know, I'm going to be in front of him at some point. If I am, and I'm third and he's fourth, what do I do? If he'd realised this and thought about this as a scenario beforehand, he would be backing him up to give the karts in front of Gordon Mutch as much of a lead as possible. That's all he needs to do. Slow Angus Fender up. He's not thinking about it. He's not thought about that at all, because he didn't think he was going to be in this position. So he's just racing. That's what he is. He's a racing driver. He's just going to try and finish in front of Angus Fender and keep Fender outside the top two positions.
Well, interestingly, Clark is now right on the back of Westover. Mutch is now right on the back of Clark, and Fender's now right on the back of Mutch. He's going to get really close from here. Reggie Dewey behind all this lot, the fastest man on the circuit, just sub a minute, and Mutch knows. Last lap. Oh, he thinks he's won it. He thinks he's won it.
He thought he'd won it. He's miscalculated the laps and he loses a place.
Oh, this is getting tense now. I think Gordon Mutch believed he had won the championship, and he's just let his principal rival through to go for the championship. If he gets past one more card, he's the champion. Clark's going the long way round Westover, and he gets through. So Clark takes the lead. Westover's going to try and come back at him. They're going to lose time. They're going to hold each other up into Fender. Fender's got a chance to win this. Through the second hairpin, they bang wheels. Fender might get a chance here. Westover's held up by Clark. Clark leads it from Westover, Fender and Mutch. Mutch is not giving up yet, but Fender might get a chance. This is for the championship. Fender up the inside. He gets second. Yes, but Mutch is going to get past both of them. Fender runs wide. How on earth did that happen? Fender is champion for about 0.7 of a second, and then Mutch gets past them both. Clark is going to win the race. Mutch is going to win the championship. How much can happen in 60 seconds of Super 1 to decide a championship? Unbelievable. Gordon Mutch is the Junior X30 champion for 2016. Clark wins from Mutch, Westover and Fender. Gutted. Doesn't even begin to describe it. I can't believe what I just saw.
Okay, well, Oliver, another really exciting Junior X30 race, but you were able to hold on. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, I had to start further back because I got a penalty in the pre-final, but I just kept overtaking, and then I managed to do Louis on the last lap.
I know it was a really, really good battle. Just talk us through the winning move.
I saw Louis go to the inside and brake, so I swung out and just out-braked him, then pulled back in.
If you took the script of this to a Hollywood producer, they'd throw it out. They wouldn't believe you. Gordon Mutch is champion by just 3 points to Fender, with Pitt, Harry McQuillan and Shane White in the top 5. And this one is going to be written about for decades. Senior X30 is up next, but let's be honest, folks, they've got a long way to go to match that drama.
This is Super 1, the British Karting Championships, Round 9.